If you're wondering why there's so many edits in this video, it's because I am sick as shit. And I'm cutting out the coughs, cutting out the sneezes, cutting out the drinks. I'm a mess. Anyway, we've got Allan Nascimento taking on Carlos Hernandez. And Allan Nascimento is a fun striker who likes to grapple as well. He doesn't have much to offer in the wrestling department, but he has no problem getting into a brawl, getting taken down, and then working sweeps and submissions from there. The problem is if he can't get those sweeps or create a scramble, he pretty much ends up on bottom the whole fight, just getting pounded on. He's got okay power in his hands, but a low 20% takedown accuracy and a 16% takedown defense. He's coming off that upset win over Jake Hadley where he had 2 takedowns and almost 10 minutes of control time. Carlos Hernandez is a grappler who has okay striking. Striking-wise, he's got solid accuracy and deceiving power. He isn't the most technically sound guy, but he's got a nice jab with a straight that follows behind it. He's another one of these guys that has slick BJJ, but not much to offer in the wrestling. So he's going to take shots, but they're usually stuffed, and then he ends up working up the body and then trying to get you down from there. He's been known to throw up some Hail Mary submissions like flying triangles, and he's a pretty well-rounded guy that got 2 takedowns in his last fight, and that did help tip the scales in a split decision win. So the 2 takedowns accounted for like 0 control time whatsoever, but that was the difference in the judge's eyes. This is one of the toughest cards in the fight to pick because Carlos is a solid guy who can grapple and strike, but he's barely squeaking out these decision wins. If you give him someone like Allan and you give him the room, well, he's going to keep up the pressure and he could probably snatch that decision from you. And I think that's exactly what happens here. I think Nascimento can keep the pressure up and get this done. I wish he had better takedowns. That 20% is pretty brutal, but I do think he gets this done. Even in the loss to Gear, he gave up 12 minutes of control time and still forced it to a split decision with his pressure and striking. So Nascimento is going to be the pick. This is another not your spot. Do not bet on it. But I do like Nascimento here. I imagine he's going to open as the underdog, but we'll see what that looks like when these lines drop.